So we've put the pocket into the second signature here, and to be honest I think it's a bit small for what I was, smaller than I was kind of planning. So I'm going to add another pocket, possibly two more. So I'll add one onto this first signature here. So what I'm going to do is put a pocket probably inside or maybe on the back, not sure, but I'm going to put a gusset in it. So I need to know what's the maximum size I can make this pocket. So we've got, it needs to be less than 6 inches. So if we make it say 5.5, now I should write this down. And where did I put my piece of paper with all the measurements on? Here. Here. So we want pocket is width 5.5, height. Now this one I don't have the eyelet on this page, so we can go max 8.5. So if we say max, if we say height 8, that will be quite a good size. So we want two, or a front and a back, those sizes. So I'll do that with this paper, and I'll line it with a book page again. So this is rice paper, and that I printed on my jelly plate. Oops, there goes something else. I'm definitely lacking in space here at the moment. Right, so what I think I will do is I'll get out my guillotine. I think that will be the best thing, because I know this rice paper does not cut that well, or at least I've not had that great a success with cutting it with my normal cutter, paper cutter. So, and I don't want to just use scissors, so I will do it with because I'd have to measure it, and too much like hard work. So I'll grab my guillotine out and we'll get to it. Okay, now sorry, this is too big for my desk, so we will just have to squeeze as much onto the screen as we can. What you can't see here is there's a long handle, and that fell off, so you didn't hear it crash onto the floor as I took this out of the box. Right, so we want, first of all, let's measure, Paula, measure. So we've got 11 inches, so we can do, yep, that's, as long as we cut carefully, that'll just make it. We've definitely got 8 inches, 9 inches, that's cool. So we'll start with this side. Now one thing you always need to be careful with this guillotine is your fingers. The only thing I don't like about it is that there isn't a safety guard to lock it away, which I wish there was. And Tim, if you ever happen to see this, maybe we should talk about that. And that means though that the handle can't be lifted while it's put away. I reckon there should be a lock here so that it can't be lifted up. Now okay, so good news is that cut the paper. Bad news is, because I was talking, I didn't get it straight. So let's try that again. We want that down there. I don't know if it will cut. No, because I'm going too close. Right, that's better. Now I suggest that you don't leave the handle up while you're sorting things out. Now what I should have done is under here is a little wee extra bit so that if you want to measure longer than 6 inches you can. It stands up and then this bit clicks into the side. And then voila, you can now measure up to 12.5 inches. So move the ruler out from underneath, Paula. So we want, now what we should do is slice this. So we're going to put this in, and yes, a bit of a problem because that page is curling. And the other thing that you need to think about is, so we've got a straight edge along there, is that this cuts out a smidge further than the edge of this plastic. So you actually need to line up with where the blade cuts, not there, and not, that's too far. I want to cut, I mean I've got, you know, a bit of leeway there, but I don't want to cut off too much. Right, so cut. So we've got a little bit there which we might be able to use. So now here we go. So we want this to be 11 inches. So this is a wee bit difficult because it is soft. The paper is soft. Right, so there, that's that. And now this we need to be 8 inches. And I'm being very careful to keep my fingers out from underneath the blade. Going over the top. Now I'll lift that up again. So we're going to 8 inches there, lining up against there, press that down and slice. So we've now got a really big piece there that we can use. And finally we're now going to cut this at 5.5 and line this up so that all lines up there. Hold that down, and you didn't cut, and what is worse, you tore, which I didn't want, but hopefully we're able to rescue that. But if we can't, not the end of the world. So we can, now what we will do is just put these onto here and glue directly onto. Now we're not going to get two on there, are we? No. So I will pull this out of there for now and put it away so that we don't lose it. Right, here we go. So we're going to glue one. Now if I glue it in the middle, I can then use the sides as my what's the word? Gusset. Oh, that was far too difficult. So if I do that on both pages, so do it up there, so glue it there. I can then trim across here, trim down here, and that'll give me a gusset there, gusset there, gusset there. And if I do this one up the other way, then I've got just the one gusset, two gusset side, three gusset side, and then that one will be for my flap over the top. That's just too organised. Okay, so glue. Now, I'm going to use my glue stick again, but we're going with the permanent glue and one of those two. Craft glue, you need to sit up. I need something to stick my glue in, I think. That'll do. That's a box with all my brushes for my ink, distress inks. There, so I've just set my glue inside there. Right, now I know that this glue is permanent, and what it sticks to, it stays stuck to. So I'm just going to go and do kind of inside the circle. I'm not doing the very outer edge because I'm going to stick that down with my paper glue that I use, that I know doesn't distort because it hasn't got water in it. It's an acetone based glue. And then before we put that down, so that's this glue here. The only problem with this glue is I struggle to get the lids off sometimes, and then the glue leaks everywhere when it's been upside down like that. I think it's because we are finally starting to warm up here in New Zealand. Right, so that's there. I'm going to put the lid on, so I try not to get glue too much of everywhere. Try lying you down, I think. And then with this, I'm just going to use my finger to put glue around the edge. Probably not the best idea, but hey, it is what it is. Right, so now we pick this up very carefully. Now we've got to remember, we said, right, that goes there. And this one here, I'm just going to pick this up before it sticks down too much and make sure that, yep, that is glued in place. And we've got a bit of a wrinkle, but that's okay. And now over here we've got a bit of excess glue. So I'm just wiping that with the tissue. Keep you in there. We'll probably have this bit as the back page. Stay out the way. Right. Happy with that. Right, get you out the way, get that gluey tissue out of the way. And now we will do the same to the back one. Sorry, just having some paper issues here. Stuck to my fingers. If there's one thing I hate, it's like paper and stuff stuck to my fingers. Luckily the glue that I use kind of rubs off quite easily. Right. So if you see me rubbing my fingers together, it's not me counting my money. It's me saying, ugh, I've got glue on my fingers. Right, so this one we need to do, hang on. So we've got that side. So yep, so we need to do this same side of the paper, but down the bottom. Good thing I checked I was going to do it over here. Right, so here we go. Glue stick again. All the way around. At least this time we don't have to worry about there being a rip on the page. So glue down the middle. And I'm not doing it every inch of this. I'm just kind of doing it every second half inch because it's about half an inch wide. Put the cap on that. Now let's see if you are going to glue everywhere. Probably by the feel of this. And here we go. This is one of those glues that unfortunately hardens up and solidifies a little bit during winter. So you like add some nail polish remover to it to thin it down. And then during the summer when it's warm, it gets really runny or gets runnier. So it's a matter of timing when you put the acetone in there. Right, so lid, oops, hang on, clean you, because you're looking pretty gross. And the last thing I want is the cap to get stuck on there permanently. Right, now I know I've got glue on this table, so I don't want that. But luckily I have a craft mat down that the glue does not stick to. And now we go this side and down. Just like a bought one. Right, now I know some glue has squirted out there, but that's okay. We're going to cut that bit off. But now I have it all over my fingers. Ugh. Ugh. Right, said Fred. Okay, so we have one. We have two. So this one's actually been sitting on top of my laptop to dry out a little bit faster. Now we need to get the scissors. We need to trim down here. No, we need to trim straight. That's what we need to do. So we're going to trim down here along the scissors, and I probably could have done that with my guillotine. Now straight across here, this one's going to be a little bit more difficult. across there. So that's 2 sides. And now we need to, and we're going to fold up here. That's pretty good. And we're going to fold up there. That's not quite so good. That's better. Okay, so we're going to straight there and straight there. Right, so we are ready for these for gussets. So now we need to trim this one. So this time we're going to trim across here. That's one. We need to trim up this side. So that gives us that line there. It's just a cheat's way of finding out where I need to trim it. Alright, so that is there. Now we need to do that there and that there. Now I know I'm going to shape this in a minute, so, but for now we just want to do the square out of the corner. Right, so we're going this way and this way. So when we put them together, we've got one side, second side, bottom, and then the fold over flap. So what we need to do now is work out what folding we're going to do. And to be honest, I might actually line this bit so it's a bit thicker. So we've got double thickness on the front and back. I will probably have double thickness on this. Not sure what I'm doing, but I'll be doing something. But the sides and the bottom, I might just put in an extra piece of book paper over there to make it just that little bit thicker. So what have we got here? Right, so I need a shorter ruler is what I need. So I need, so if I do say 2 inches, is that going to be enough for there? 2 inches, because it's 1 3/4, 1 3/4. So I need 2 inches of that. So put those aside for a minute. Get out our Tim Holtz tonic guillotine, or Moxy guillotine I think is the proper name. So we want 2 times 2 inches. Now I could just tear this with a ruler, but then I'd have to measure it, and this is way more quicker, even if I have to get it out. Right, and then the base bit is also 2 inches. So we got 2 inches on the third lot. How much have we got on this scrap? 1 3/4. Okay, that'll still do for the base, I think. Alright. Okay, move you out of the way. Thank you kindly. Right, so here we go. Go that to that. Right. Yep, and here we go for Mickey Mouse measuring. Just line that up there. And now we're going to glue one. Now this one I am trying to make sure I cover the whole centre part. May not have got right out to the edges, but that's okay. And I'm just going to use this because I don't want the glue going everywhere. I just want a fine line going around. Yeah, right, there we go. Right. So now we are going to line that up with the corner, line that up with the side, and squish that down. And if I need to trim along the top and sides, I will. We need to clean up the excess glue and then trim. That's it. Alright, so that's one done. And then we need to do the other side. Oops, pin back in you before you glue up. And I think I will trim this off this time to make it a little bit easier for myself. Make sure, yep, that's at the top. Oops, that was perhaps a little bit close. I drew on the bottom of there. Right, trimmed. So now, we are going, that's what I was looking for. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one got a bit slobby, but this is by far the best glue stick I've found. I found it in Daiso, and so I can't tell you the name of it, but it's got this silvery grey packet, grey cap, that, and on the, it comes in a 2-pack, and it's called Permanent Glue Stick, if that helps. But yeah, Daiso permanent glue. And I have not had that come undone on anything yet. Once it sticks, it stays stuck. Right, so that's there. Been around the outside. Alright. Clean up that little blob of glue. Now I've got glue on my finger. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So all we need to do now is, well, the essential part is put this across here. So yep, we can do that. It's not quite thick enough, but it will do. Just make sure there's no really thick blobby bits. From where it was glued into the book. And now we will glue this one the same. And around the edges. And that's done. I'm actually hoping you can hear the beautiful bird song outside. I've got the studio window open, and while there's not a lot of traffic around, which thankfully there doesn't seem to be, even though it's nearing sort of peak traffic, you can actually hear all the bird song. Right, so this is the base here. This is going to be the back, so I want the better side down here. Right, there we go. Now, clean up here. Clean up on all four. Right, that's better. Now it is time to sort out these gussets. So the first thing we're going to do is fold them away. We're going to turn it into like a M fold. So we've got an away fold. Then, so we need 2 more folds, is it? Because that's that side there. So we need So that's going in, we need to come back out, and we need to, so yeah, we only need 3 more folds, so that's going to glue there, so we need 2 more folds. So we've got 1 3/4. So divide that by 3. Here we go, maths again. So half, half, so half, 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 and 3/4. So what I might do is do it as 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch. No, we only need to make 1 more fold, do we? So no, we do need two folds because it's going to be down and back. So if we do 3/4, 3/4, and that'll leave 1/4 inch to glue to the other side. That should do. Okay, so let's see if we can do a pencil mark and actually see what we're doing. Right, so down here, so we're looking at 3/4, 3/4. Move out the way, thank you kindly. And then 3/4, 3/4. So I'm not worried about that little hint there. So I'm going to line that up there, and let's just finger press that there. Nice. And then we'll do the same here. And we're just going to finger press that up, because what we're going to do now is properly press there, and then okay, so we will actually finger press that way by lining it up. Look at that. So now we have a gusset built in to the side. So we're going to glue that onto there. But first we need to do the same on here. Got that there. So now we need to do the bottom. Spot on. Now this is where it gets a bit tricky, because I need to work out what I'm doing down the bottom. So we're doing that and that, so that'll give us that gusset there. But what are we doing on the bottom? that's that. And then how do I get that? So I want that there. But I need it to be around there. Yeah. Right, okay, so that'll work. So I'm going to put a blob of glue there. Put a so that one there, and then that one needs to go on there. Right, so it's not going to actually be joined at that side seam there. So if I do that, and then do like how much does that need to come in? So if I do a corner fold to there, so what I'm doing is this bottom gusset, I'm folding the edge on the side diagonally so that it reaches the edge on the bottom, and that means that it will fold into the side like a shopping bag. So it will tuck in there, and that will tuck in there. Right. Okay, so that fits there. I've got to put a glue on there. Blob of glue on there. Blob of glue. Not Bob. Sorry, Bob, but you're not wanted at this stage. So, bobble in there. And actually, I should just do up that entire side. That would make more sense. So we're going up the side here. Very carefully trying not to go over the edge. Paula, you're not over the edge. Sorry for the plane going overhead. Unfortunately, that is a byproduct of us living near two airports. As soon as I open the window, everyone decides it is time to fly overhead. Right, so stick that down. No, fold, 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 fold. That's it, there. Come on, go down. Go down. Behave yourself. Right. Now, the back. Okay, so where were we before we were rudely interrupted by running out of memory card? By the way, only 27 minutes to copy across a complete memory card. So, good thing I have a spare. Right, so we've got our little wee tuck in the bottom of gusset. So you see there, we've tucked that in with that triangle. So now, to glue it all together, we're going to slide the side into that tuck, and then we'll glue the top across here. So we're going to glue that, and then we need to do the opposite, tuck this bit into the side, and then we'll glue that side. And then we will have a fully gusseted pocket that can hold a lot. At least that is the plan. All we'll need to do is some kind of flap, which I have no idea what we're going to do. But for now, it is gluing time. So I might glue that one across there so that those two are together. And then when I glue this, it'll go all the way across. That sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan that might work. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. Right, glue. First thing we're doing is a little blobble there. You probably can't see it, it's so tiny. But we tucked in there. That's going over. That is now stuck, for good or bad. No, it's not. Stick, damn you. I said stick. This is it. Your life together has begun. Cooperate. Right, so now we're going to put glue all along here. Try not to get glue underneath there, Paula. We don't want it sticking down. Thought you learnt that last time. And then, because I really want to live life dangerously, we're going to glue up the side. At least I didn't glue underneath that time. Right. Probably need to clean the head of that at some stage. Right, here goes everything. Right, so I'm pushing this down, the gusset down. Now we're going to line this up. Go away, plane. I'm busy, can't you tell? Then we're going to glue this down as well. Nice. Okay, now here's the trick. Is it popping out? Yes, it pops out. Gusset. Gusset. Whoops, hang on. Actually, I should show you to the camera and not just to myself. Gusset. A gusset. Gusset. That all tucks in very nicely. Oh my word, it's so good. Now, the only thing I didn't do, which maybe I should have done, is a little wee thumb notch thingy. What's it? And last time I tried that, it didn't work so well. So, we're going to try again, but this time we're going to actually put that over the top. So we've got book paper on top. No, hang on, use the smaller bits, less wastage. We've got paper on top, then we've got the rice paper, then we've got more paper, and then just for good luck we've got a third lot of paper, book paper. Now this is going in. Is that roughly the middle? Yep. Alright. Here goes everything again. Yeah! It worked! It worked! is the laughter of relief that it did work. Yes. Oh, there it is. I knew there was a half circle somewhere. Right. Oh my word, that is good, but it is so off centre. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers. Right, so now we have got our top to do. So that's not folded over because of course the back is lower, so we need to hide the gap. So we need something to cover, hide. What have we got? Where is our packet of goodies? So these are kind of the things that I put aside thinking, okay, this is the colour scheme, they might work. So to be honest, I still like that tissue. Okay, that's it. Make a quick decision and stick with it. Now we are going to just glue that down and then trim off. Okay, so best way to glue is, I was going to say that Liquitex, well not, yeah, but it's not Liquitex, it's PVA glue. Yeah, I think we'll do that. PVA glue and water. The only problem is how much of that's going to disturb. Not sure. Nah, let's use the art glitter glue. It's not only a small patch, why not? So we want to, say down to there. So let's just glue onto this front bit here. So we're doing round the edge. And yes, I know there's probably some of you screaming at the screen right now going, no, what are you doing? This is not the best choice of glue. But you know what? Don't care. Alright. Okay, so that is there. We want that roughly there. Just coming through a little bit on the edge there. Turning my fingers blue, but that's okay. So now I'm just going to come down a little bit. So if I kind of go to there, go a little bit shallower there, and there. So now just need to make sure that this side is glued enough, and then I will be happy with that. Yep, happy with that. Now, the next part is to cut across here. Now, the only thing I haven't thought about is how I'm going to attach this. That was clever, Paula. Right. That's there. It's not exactly straight. It's kind of terrible, actually, Paula. Alright, now, because I haven't thought about it, I need to find some way of attaching it to there. Could use some faux vintage sellotape. Our faux tape that we've got is we've got some like brown, we've got some green that might work, or we've got some brown. That's what's left. I need to make some more. Let's try the green. So we've got 3 thin lots and 1 wide lot. How's that going to look? I think that's going to look pretty good. So if we cut this lot into strips, so sorry, you can go away. So now we want some of this. We'll take this long piece. Now we're going to cut, so we almost want to run the full length of that, or as much as possible, but, oops, sorry, out of the way, I'm going to cut it in half, and then gently move you aside. Sorry scissors, you've got to move too. And now we're going to stick in here from the top about halfway. So that's halfway across the width of the tape. So that's one, and then I want the other one to stick. Whoops, come here. Bottom about the same. So you can move for a minute. Yes, there I am again talking about things as if they're animate. No, you know what I mean. Right, so put that on the edge. We're on the edge of glory. Okay, sorry, I won't sing. Right, so that is in position, and now we are going to roll the sellotape across and stick it down. And yes, I'm ending up with slightly blue fingers at the moment, but that's okay. So then we're going to open it out, and we're going to put tape over this again. Now you can tuck there. So we want our blue tape again. Come on, pull up. That's it. So we want, oops, There, one. And we tuck that one across, and hopefully that is exactly the same height, not quite. We need a smidge more, so we'll take a little bit more than the smidge we need. We need down to there. I just want to make sure I haven't got any exposed sellotape. And then here we'll take another one. And we'll do that there. And do we need any more on that one? No, I think that one is right. Good. So thank you very much for your service. Alright, so you're out the way. And now we tuck that over. And I just need to now trim this ever so slightly. There. And there. That will tuck down and close over there. That will go back inside there. And then when I move those scraps away, that can tuck back into there. So now we have our first signature. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fold our envelope. Hope your album for, or junk journal for Dephemerember is coming together just like mine is. I'll see you when we do the next bit of... Okay, so where will